isusupply ng doon sa project na 'yon, no? And then, of course, in that case, we have to also plan yung mga cable routing, mga cable interconnections, no? Kasi if in case, for example, yung isang structure is open, then of course, no services are allowed to pass on that area. Otherwise, it will cause the delay of the project, no? Hindi ka pwedeng tumakbo doon sa area na yon dahil doon nga dadaan yung mga equipment, and then if you don't run the services, then that will actually delay the testing commissioning of the project, no? So we have to determine how we will be able to do the cable interconnection, of course, the integration and the interfacing of each equipment, and what would be the required infrastructure, yung mga structural works, mga civil works required, of course, yung coordination natin with regards to the foundation, the foot frame, the equipment framing, no? So we have to consider all those things also once we are doing the design. And of course, we have to also think of the construction schedule and equipment delivery, no? Kasi we have to make sure that we are actually going together with the building schedule, with the construction schedule, with the civil works, no? We cannot be behind the schedule. So as much as possible, if we can do the works independently, independently from the civil works or structural works, then that would actually help us, no, focus more on the construction of our substation, no. So hindi na natin kailangan makipag-interface masyado dahil kaya natin gawin yung substation natin independently, no. Then of course, yung mga environmental condition, kasi sometimes in some area mas madalas ang bagyo or may mga lindol, so that may also affect yung construction schedule natin, no? So minsan i-deliver ng equipment natin, but then again, because nagkaroon ng mga delays sa construction schedule dahil sa mga environmental conditions, then of course nadidelay din yung pagka-complete natin doon sa substation facility natin. So we have to also consider that, no, para kung makakapag-identify tayo ng way na may iwasan natin na maging dependent tayo to such conditions, then of course that would also help us in the delivery lead time, no? Then feasibility, especially do sa mga existing infrastructure. Kasi in some cases, no, nagawa na natin yung building, and then parang meron tayong gustong upgrading, so we need to increase the capacity, pero medyo congested na yung building. So paano ba natin siya ma-address, or paano ba natin ipoprovide yung additional capacity na nire-require ng buong facility? So yan yung mga kailangan nating tutukan or ma-discuss at the preliminary phase of the project. So si ABB actually, we have actually developed some compact substation designs that has been already adapted globally and also here in the Philippines. And I will show you later and discuss to you how it can actually help to build our case, no? So ito mga example case studies sa mga project na ginawa natin before, no? So for example, this is actually an industrial segment, no? So medyo malaki yung facility niya dahil industrial plant siya. So nandito yung substation location natin. So kung makikita nyo, meron pa tayong mga separate load center, no? So just imagine kung nandito na yung transformer mo and you have to run big cables, no, from the transformers to the low voltage switchgear, then actually that would also cost more on the project. So we have to think where can we save more money pagka nagdi-design tayo ng distribution natin. So okay, so another thing to consider is that dito sa blow-up plan, makikita nyo, so meron tayo dito medium voltage, and then yung transformer room natin, and then yung pinaka main low voltage switchgear natin, no? So kung makikita nyo dito, nakahiwalay yung dalawang transformer rooms, no? Because they are serving different load centers, different type of facilities, no? But what if one of these transformer actually explode, unforeseen event, no? Sabihin natin sumabog yung transformer natin, it may actually impact, no, the rest of the transformers dito sa nakasama niya doon sa loob ng room. And in that case, you can just imagine it will provide a total power interruption to the facility. And what if we have a very high requirements for power availability, no? Especially mga critical facility operations na they cannot accommodate any power interruption to their operation. Hospitals, data centers, manufacturing plants, etc. So that will have impact, no, to the revenue generation of the end user. So as much as possible, we try to avoid na nilalagay natin lahat ng transformers dun sa isang room natin. So as they say, no, don't put all your eggs in one basket, no. Okay. Then another project, this is actually a hospital project. So ganun din, no? So hospital siya, so critical operations, critical facility, and medyo malaki yung area na provide natin power supply, no? So as you can see here, meron tayong medium voltage switchgear, and then meron tayong transformer, and then the main low voltage switchgear, no? So going back to the moving forward to the blow up plant. So kung makikita nyo, so ito, makikita nyo rin, no? Yung transformers natin, again, nasa isang room lang. So same issues. What if something happens in one of the transformer? Will it affect the other transformers? Will the hospital have a total power interruptions? Or how can we mitigate such kind of scenario? No? And then as you can see here also, meron lang tayo isang main low voltage switchgear. So whether is it economical that we run low voltage cables from this location to the farthest point of the distribution, gaano na kalaki yung cables natin na yun. And of course, pag malalaki yung mga cables natin, lalaki din yung mga risers natin, lalaki yung mga other electrical rooms, no? Mag-house ng mga distribution cables natin. So we have to consider all those aspects. So those are just typical examples, no, na commonly dinidesign natin using a conventional substation approach, no? So yan yung mga normal issues na na-encounter natin, and if we can mitigate those kind of concerns, then of course that would help to improve the power availability, reliability, and of course the economics of the project. Okay. Sorry, going back, I also want to highlight here, no? So, for example, mayroon tayong nasirang transformer dito. So as you can see, they can actually use this common space to deliver the transformer out from the building, and of course, replace it with a new transformer. But it will actually run inside the corridors already of the hospital. So whether is it really advisable to do that, no? Especially moving out of a big equipment inside the building, no? So baka later on medyo magkaroon tayo ng space constraint, and we're in the drawing, very clear. Of course, papakita lang naman dyan itong box na to, kasya ba siya dito? Yes, sa drawing kasya, pero sa actual ba kasya pa rin? So sometimes hindi na, no? So we have to also make sure na we will not be encountering such problem in the future, no? So one thing that we have to also consider those kind of delivery replacement routine. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, so with the years of experience constructing substations, so we actually have developed some solutions, no, that can actually address such kind of issues in the substations, no. So CABB actually, we have developed these compact substation solutions. We called it also prefabricated solutions under our packaging solutions, no? So yung packaging solutions ni ABB, if some of you may have already heard, no? Ito yung avenue for the customers to source multiple products, no, via single package solution. So for example, meron tayong mga skid mounted modules, no? So sa skid mounted modules, makikita mo, andyan na yung transformers, andyan na yung switch gears natin, low voltage switch gears natin, andyan na rin yung medium voltage switchgear natin in a one single skid unit, no? So it can be delivered as a single package, no? So later I will be discussing what will be the benefits if we will be having such kind of arrangement, no? Okay, then we also have these compact secondary substations. Ito yung compact secondary substations natin. So andun na rin, naka-integrate na rin yung transformers natin, nandun na rin yung medium voltage switchgears natin, nandun na rin yung low voltage breakers natin, no, for further distribution. All right. Okay. Then aside from that, we also have some Ecoflex or e-house, no. Ito yung mga standard modular e-house solutions natin, no, na naka-integrate na rin yung mga electrical equipment natin kagaya ng mga transformer and switchgears natin inside a containerized solution, no. So ito is just an example of an e-house natin. And we also have those mobile substation, or if it requires a single large structure, then we will be able to provide customized e-houses to suit the site requirements or the project requirements, no. So kung makikita nyo itong mga larger infrastructures na to, so meron tayong mga modular units, and then meron din tayong mga larger structures which is composed of combination of different modular units, no. So inarrange lang siya to accommodate a bigger structures, and this is to also house bigger equipment and larger capacity of electrical equipment. All right. Okay. So let's just discuss first, no, yung eco-house solutions natin. Ano nga ba yung eco-house solutions natin? So actually, yung Ecoflex e-house is a prefabricated switch room product, no, containing electrical switch control gear for control of industrial plant equipment, no. So e-houses, also known as switching room or local equipment room, electrical house, or power distribution center, no. So typically, the e-house fabrication and electrical equipment installation occurs off-site and is delivered as fully tested and operational solution. So that means all the equipment has already been pre-fabricated, pre-installed, pre-tested, pre-commissioned dun sa factory natin, and will be delivered to site as a operational solution, no? So the e-house solution is a cost-effective and risk-reduced alternative to conventional concrete and brick switch house construction. So kung makikita nyo dito sa example photo natin sa baba, wala na tayong mga civil works na masyadong ginawa. Perhaps yung foundation na lang, and the construction of the whole electrical room is actually done using e-house solutions, no. So wala tayong mga brick walls, wala tayong mga structural walls or structural slab, no. So all are using the e-house solution. All right. Okay. So ano ba yung mga sub-elements ng e-house for an overview, no? So yung mga typical e-house will actually consist of course, yung mga building-based frame natin, no? And internal and external wall sheeting. So yung mga pader natin, hindi na siya brick walls, but it's actually wall sheeting lang, no? So we have the, of course, yung ACMV natin and fire and gas equipment natin. And then, of course, especially sa mga mas malalaking area, we will be having auxiliary power internal for internal and external lightings. And of course, yung mga support post natin, no? And stairs and landings, especially if we would like to have the bottom portion to become the cable trench natin or cable space natin, no? So of course with this kind of arrangement, since magkakalapit na yung mga uh, equipment natin, then we will be able to have a better internal cable reticulation. Okay? Yeah. So, yung Ecoflex natin actually is robust in design, and actually it utilized design concept which is using which is using materials which is uh, compatible to the harshest environment conditions, no? So this is actually ideal for remote locations, for example sa mga power plants natin, sa mga utilities natin, sa mga manufacturing plants, especially mga cement plants natin, no? So they're suitable to that locations, no? They can also be used for temporary, permanent power installations and applications which requiring fast supplies and installation. So, for example, meron tayong kailangan gawin na sometimes I have a discussion with some customer, no? So they're actually building some berth to accommodate yung mga deliveries nila para sa isang malaking project, no? So they need a power substation in that area in a very fast schedule. So this is one of the solutions that we have offered them kasi nga prefabricated and pre-assembled and pre-tested na siya. So ready na siya once it is delivered to site, no? So the Ecoflex container is designed to be easily and economically transported via traditional methods, no? So hino-hoist lang natin siya using cranes, tower cranes or mobile cranes, no? And it's modular, no? And so it's very easy to install on site. So hindi tayo magkakaroon ng hindi natin kailangan magkaroon pa ng mga preparation works para i-accommodate itong mga substation natin na ito. Okay? So ito yung isang example na sinupply natin doon sa switchgear natin, no? So they can actually accommodate up to 40.5 kV kilovolts, no? So they can accommodate up to 4,000 4 MVA transformers. Sometimes, no, dahil may mga solar plants na rin tayo na ina-accommodate, so it can actually accommodate up to 800 volts AC, no? And then we can accommodate whether you want to use oil type or dry type transformers, no? So the IP protection can be IP43 or IP54, and it is compliant to international standards, no? IEC, GB for China, AS, Australia, GOST Canada, ANSI, CSA, no? So ito yung typical dimensions ng one module natin, no? So this is just an example photo in a cross-sectional view of how it is arranged inside. So just imagine how much space do we actually save, no? Earlier this illustrations na pinakita ko, no? Nakita natin na bawat equipment is actually segregated. They have space all around the area, no? But this has already been arranged, no? And has been type tested, no, to minimize the spacing required for the equipment, no. So kung makikita nyo dito, ito may dalawa siyang transformer na kailangan, and then isang switchgear for distribution. Then other types of configuration are also available, no. So it actually provides a compact design and configure for ease of transportation, no? So the transportation procedure is compliant to ISO 1161, no? So it minimizes site requirements. Again, we do not have any more civil works, structural works required, and they are secured via lockable doors, no? So it will not be accessible to unauthorized persons, no? So we can have several configurations, which I will demonstrate to you later, no? So basically, it is consist of the switch gears, medium voltage switch gears, low voltage switch gears, and then of course transformers. In some scenario, they will require UPS, no? Especially yung mga critical facilities, they will be requiring for UPS. So pag meron tayong UPS, meron na rin tayong mga battery racks, no? So that will also require a fire suppression system, Or sometimes if we require some automation, then we can also accommodate yung mga remote terminal units natin. So it's an all-in-one design na. We don't need to have another separate room for auxiliary systems, no? Especially for the controls, no? So nandito na lahat at yung mga RTUs natin naka-install na lahat sa isang compact assembly. Okay? So again, ito yung mga example paano natin dinideliver actually yung equipment natin. So again, like what I mentioned before, this is a pre-engineered solutions which provide shorter delivery time and faster return on investment. No, so since this is already pre-installed, prefabricated, therefore you will have faster installation time, faster startup, and reducing the schedule risk. No, just imagine if we will deliver the equipment piece by piece. No, sometimes okay na deliver natin yung isang equipment. Pero pagdating doon sa isang equipment, nagkaroon ng problema, hindi siya na-deliver sa site. So that actually make the earlier delivery useless, no? Kasi hindi rin natin makukomission yung electrical distribution natin, no? So pre-tested means na eliminate natin yung risk, no? Na pagka-deliver sa site, doon pa nagkaroon ng problema. And therefore, it will not we will be able to minimize the delay that may encounter for probable failure of the equipment, no? And it's a repeatable building block designs, provide a standardization and or a distributed solution. So, for example, we can just have one typical design of the substation and then we can reciprocate it for another distribution, no? So, isang design na lang yung ginagamit natin. And therefore, we can just repeat the order if in case we need similar configuration of the compact container solutions, no? And in some cases, if you want digital packages to be built in the equipment, so we can also provide the digital control systems, asset management control system. So everything